Off the coast of Sicily, surrounded by Mediterranean waters, sits an incredibly special place, the island of Salina. Nestled among the other Aeolian islands just north of Sicily, this is an island of fish, of eggplant, of capers, and of almonds. This is a homesteader and home cook's dreamland because in this land, the food never ventures far from where it's harvested. It's a land of deep simplicity. Very few ingredients make it onto the menus, but the ingredients that do are unparalleled in their quality. My friend Dolores Taranto of the Bella Figura podcast orchestrated our time in Salina around the best-known restaurant on the island, Signum. Home to Michelin star chef Martina Caruso, a local from the island of Salina who traveled the world and ended up coming back here to the land and foods that she knew. Here at Signum, she makes culinary magic. Dolores and I had the pleasure of visiting with her one very sweaty and wonderful day, getting to visit her gardens, her landscape, and her kitchen. We spent a few hours alongside Chef Martina and had the pleasure of watching her hands work. Dolores and her husband Drew first came here years ago on their honeymoon, and when we were planning this Sicily trip, she brought up the idea of going back to this little island. It took no convincing. Sign me up. I love watching people work. Their hands and their bodies speak the language of their work, and they effortlessly accomplish tasks with ease. Together, we stuffed anchovies, we rolled pasta, we shaped ravioli, and we whisked panna cotta. Chef Martina shared with us an almond panna cotta. This is a recipe she's been making for a very long time, but the almonds in this area of the world are remarkable. We think of almonds universally, but that's not true. There are varieties with different flavor profiles and characteristics. Sweet almonds and bitter almonds are only the beginning. So here's a warning to you, my friends. As you continue to cook, you'll begin to change your palate, and soon your tongue will know the difference between fresh milk and day-old milk. You'll know the taste of local honey, of freshly shelled almonds, of a really good cinnamon. Delight in your growth, because this is where things start to get remarkable and very enjoyable. Today in my kitchen, I'm going to make my version of Chef Martina's panna cotta. I cannot think of another treat that takes so little effort and yields such wonderfully pleasing results. We're starting off with fresh whole milk, 4 cups, and I went to the special effort of importing these beautiful Janko Sicilian almonds. The almond flavor is sweet and vibrant. It delighted me to see the Sicilian almonds waiting for their moment on my pantry shelf. For the panna cotta, I'm going to be lightly toasting the almonds over low heat, just enough to bring out that sweet almond flavor, and with a light sprinkling of sugar that will caramelize gently as the almonds toast. We would once again like to thank Kamikoto for being the sponsor of today's video. Long before we had a YouTube channel, these were the knives that I had in my kitchen. So when I get emails from people saying, hey, what knives do you use? It's easy. I use Kamikoto knives, and they've been kind enough to extend $50 off of your first Kamikoto knife purchase using the code EHOME. I'll put a link to that below. These are Japanese steel knives that are forged by Japanese master craftsmen, and the result is a shockingly sharp knife that's easy to clean, that fits perfectly in your hand, and that are made to last an entire lifetime. Michelin star chefs around the world use these knives because of the blade's wonderful precision and dexterity. They feel good in your hand, and they would look really good under the Christmas tree. So use the link below and code EHOME for $50 off. Chef Martina sweetened her panna cotta with white sugar, which keeps it a pure white color, but I'm going to sweeten mine with honey from our beehives. To thicken the panna cotta, I'll be using a cornstarch, though any starch will do, 100 grams worth. A pinch of sea salt, a pinch of sweet cinnamon, a teaspoon of almond extract, The only work to do now is just to stand and whisk the panna cotta until it gets thick. This is best done over fairly low heat so that it doesn't burn. Just like the almonds, make sure you keep stirring those so that they don't burn. Sometimes this means you have to multitask. Tonight, I'm going to be serving my panna cotta family style by pouring the panna cotta onto a large plate and letting it cool. You can just as easily pour this into little individual serving dishes. After those almonds are wonderfully toasted, a light chopping is all that's needed to finish off this remarkably simple dish. This simple dessert highlights what is really, really good. Milk, honey, almonds. This is comfort. Back in Salina, we enjoyed our panna cotta alongside a feast of goodies that we made with Chef Martina. This island is otherworldly. We spent 5 days here soaking in as much as we possibly could, and it wasn't even close to enough. By the end of our time, we ran into locals we knew on our walks into town. We had our favorite beaches picked out, and we had just begun to scratch the surface of all the seafood this island has to offer. The air is warm, the food is fresh, the days move slow, and the golden sun spills over it all in the most magnificent way. I'm grateful to take the warmth of these days and the flavors from those dishes back to my own table and home where we can enjoy them.